And what's up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and welcome to the Juice is Loose, number 45. And we got a smaller group today. We couldn't get all the guests to make it, so it's going to be more of an intimate podcast today for you. So first up, we got Leveled Head Gamer. What's up, man? Glad to have you
What's
back.
what's up, bro? Happy to be here. Glad I could make it.
Yeah, yeah. You had a little bit
Man,
of
I
a
don't even
delay.
want to talk about it, man.
Yeah,
It's
well,
dog, man.
little dog issue, but hopefully got that figured out. But if you gotta go, if something happens, feel free. Don't worry if you gotta bail. But next up, we got a kind of a regular on the Juices Loose now, Ms. T. What's up?
Hey there, fools! It's Mr. T. What's going on, guys?
Oh, not much. So it's just the three of us. But we got some. I think we got a good lineup of topics, and this could be a good discussion. So I'm gonna first start off with my Mario Kart 8 tournament. We had a good turnout again last Thursday, and the winner 2 weeks in a row was Nathan Ma. The dude's just beast. Like he's just unstoppable on 200cc. I don't know how he does it. He's from Puerto Rico, and him and Brownie got first and second, and they're both from Puerto Rico. So congrats to them. And I've been playing 200cc, doing the cups, and I got gold in all of them, and then two of the cups I got 3 stars. The rest I have, no stars or 1 star. It's been very, very challenging. I don't know if you guys have been trying to do the actual Grand Prix on 200cc yet, but it's definitely tough on the old courses. Some of the old ones with a lot of corners, very challenging. So, I don't know if you guys have any experience with that, with the 200cc on the Grand Prix yet.
Yeah, I've tried it out. For some reason, I guess I haven't been playing enough. I don't have it like just outright. Like I could just go to it and play in 200cc. I don't. I guess I still got to win something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you got to have at least a gold or
Yeah. You just have to have a bronze, even. I don't. I guess
Oh,
third place would be as long as you have a trophy for every, all the standard
50,
cups.
100, 150, and
So I
near.
I
Yeah.
haven't done that. I still got like maybe a gold to go or a bronze to go in the 50 because I don't ever really play the 50. So
Yeah,
once I do that, I can play it out right. But I did it what they call that time run or something like
hmm
that. I've tried it out and it was pretty dope, man.
yeah. It's funny watching the CPU actually go off the track, which is cool because if they were like flawless at it, you'd never be able to win. But I find it seems the blue shell comes up and ruins me almost every time on the fourth race. Like I'll do good in the first 3 races doing the Grand Prix, and then that fourth race I just get destroyed and get like seventh or sixth place, and it's tough. But
It's the worst feeling ever when,
you know,
when you're right there to get your 3 gold stars, and
we
then
make one mistake, but it's definitely fun. I like having a new challenge with Mario Kart. It's breathed new life into it for me. And I always start with 50cc. Every Mario Kart game, I just go through 50cc, 100, 150, and
yeah.
then mirrored. Like, so I had all that done. So I had the 200 the day I downloaded it, it was available. So I've been practicing because in the tournaments, there's definitely some people that are already got a handle on it. So um, anyway, I just really want to thank everyone for joining. The last 2 weeks been good turnouts, and I hope we can continue that at least until Splatoon comes out. Then I'll understand if people, don't want to play Mario Kart as much. So that's that for the Mario Kart 8 tournament. And then just real quick, all three of us saw the Avengers: Age of Ultron this weekend, and I know it's gonna be a little preview of what our a movie podcast is gonna be. I'm gonna try to have it within the next couple weeks, and hopefully get both of you on and Rob, and maybe one other movie nerd like us. So no spoilers here, but just give thoughts on the Avengers. Go with you first, Level, since didn't get to talk to you off air. Just what did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And does it rank up near the top for the Marvel movies for you? And just go ahead.
Um, I liked it. Yes, of course, it ranks up at the top for me. But I know a lot of people saying it was a smidget better than the first one. I didn't think so. I thought it lived up to the first one. But I would say because of the sound system at the theater we went to, something was wrong with the sound system, and it kind of took me out of the movie. It wasn't as loud and epic and impactful as it should have been because they had the sound system extremely lower than normal.
Yeah, I
And
had the same problem at mine. It was
then
sounding real quiet.
it might have been the movie itself. So I don't know, but it just didn't have that. I don't know, when
The
on the
impact.
first one, that impact, that epicness, it was epic, but it wasn't like what I would expect. So,
Mhm.
but overall, I liked the movie. Ultron was pretty cool, a little different than I was expecting. I didn't expect it to be so, I guess, animated and almost human-like.
Yeah, it was
That
almost
was a
like
little
damaged.
different. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
It was almost like he was like a damaged human being, like he had psychological issues, you know? That's
Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop. But other than that, I thought the movie was well paced. A little bit, without revealing any part of the stories, it kind of gave you a sense of the people or the characters or the heroes of the movie. So I thought it was good. But I'd rather get it here because my sound system is really out this world, and I'll be able to really get into it here. So I'm just waiting for it to release so I can really get the full experience because the theater
yeah.
didn't do it for me.
Did you get there early enough for the previews? Because there was a couple previews that sounded incredible, and I was really looking forward to
Yeah, I
the
did.
Avengers. And then the movie started, and it was like half that volume, and it felt like sound effects weren't coming through or something. So
Yeah.
that tells me either the
Yeah, I don't
sound.
know what it was, man.
I
I don't.
can't believe the sound mix would be that bad. Like they would let that slide. So, Ms. T, did you have any? Did you notice any sound issues when you went and saw it?
No, I mean the only sound issues I had was my daughter in my ear
Oh.
here and there, but no, it was fine for me. I got this quick thing about the previews for me was it was weird because they showed the first teaser for Star Wars instead of the recent one, and I was like, why are they doing that?
See, Amani didn't show the teaser for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Me neither. It was all Marvel movies and
Yeah, well,
stuff.
they showed that first one, which was was bare bones kind of, the one where they revealed the
Yeah.
lightsaber, and it was just like, why are they showing that one, and not the recent one, which got everybody crazy. So that was weird. But for the movie itself, it's in my top 5 of Marvel movies, probably 4 or 5. I'm not sure where it ranks. I think it was a good movie. I liked it. I think I want to watch it again before I give a final verdict. But there was just so much going on. Like, by the time I started getting on to, into something, they were throwing something else at me, and I was just like, man, there's a lot going on
Hmm.
in that movie. I feel like it just felt a little cramped to me, and I'm not. I wasn't overly excited about the third act, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Before we got started. So I'm gonna watch it one more
The
time
third.
before I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last maybe half hour, 40 minutes felt like it was dragging a little bit, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. That's why I was saying it. That's what kind of
because up
took
to
it
that
down a
point,
notch.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
up to that
way up
point it was
there.
real good, but when it kind of went down a notch because you can't have the epicness that was the first movie and then not really either equal that or surpass it. I don't think they equaled it, but it's hard to kind of have that type of experience in the second movie because the first one was so good.
Hmm.
And I kind
So
of felt like Ultron was rushed a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. Like the final Ultron, I would have liked to see him in a couple of more different forms. I don't want to
Hmm.
say too much to spoil it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a minor thing as far as how I felt about it. But yeah, I think it was a little bit disjointed for me. Like it
yeah, I
kind of
agree.
started slow, and then it kind of got really cool and weird, and then it ended kind of slow.
Hmm.
Like it took
Yeah, I
a
agree.
while. So, but I still liked it a lot. Like I said, it's in my top. It's still better than pretty much all the Thor movies. To me, and definitely better than the last two Iron Man movies. So it's definitely in the top 5 for me.
All right. I after one viewing, I have it as my number 2 Marvel movie right now, but I've only seen Guardians of the Galaxy once, and I've seen Avengers: Age of Ultron once, and I have Avengers just slightly ahead of it. But that could change with a second viewing. I could notice. I already noticed a few things while watching it the first time that maybe will take it down a notch for me. But I really liked the comedy. Mr. T said it was maybe too much, but I found it very genuinely funny and well written. A lot of the scenes that were just really laugh out loud funny. They might not be funny the second time though. That could be what takes it down a notch for me. But I really enjoyed the movie, and I thought it did drag on a little too long and have a little too much going on. But
yeah, I like the comedy too. It just like I said earlier.
Sometimes it was inappropriate.
Just kind of inappropriate for what was going on at the time. But I liked it. I laughed.
It felt like they had the wrong scene at the end. Seemed like it's. I don't know if that make any sense. It just seemed like. I'm not revealing anything, and I don't want to ruin it for nobody because it's a good movie. It's worth seeing at the theater. What I'm saying is, out of the many battles that they had, you would think that some of those could have replaced the final. If that make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think the end lived up to the Hulk Hulkbuster.
Yeah, like that was. Yeah, okay, I won't stop. I don't want to say too much.
That was in the first half of the movie or right at the halfway point.
It was like right at the halfway, I think.
It came when it showed up. It was like they really going here already, you know. So this is going to be. I was like, man, this is going to be epic if they already about to show this. But
and I will say, I'm going to get into some spoiler talk later, not now. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm not going to reveal that.
We better cut it off.
That scene is going to cause some damage control for or basically for people who say certain things about Man of Steel. You can't talk now. You can't.
I thought that same thing while watching it.
Right.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying, T. I see what you're saying.
I want to see what you guys say now. After what happened in this movie, so.
But that was a third world country, so it's okay.
That's exactly my point. That was exactly.
Just kidding. I'm just teasing. But anyway, enough of the Avengers talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have introduce our final guest who joined us late. That's the fat Canadian fuck, Bear Hugger 29. What's up,
White
man?
Knight's in the house. That's right. The White Knight.
How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing great. So,
excellent.
Did you see Avengers? Do you want to chime in on this?
No, I haven't seen it. Even though I could have watched it like 2 days before the movie officially launched, because there was a leaked copy on the internet, but the camera quality looked like shit.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So I was like, nah. I don't know, man. I'm not really one for Avengers. I know you guys will probably school me on that, but.
What?
That's fine.
I'm not big on Marvel, man. The only thing I like from Marvel is X-Men. That's really the only franchise that I dig, but I'm more of a DC kind of person, so.
Oh, so am I, Bear. Don't worry about it. I'm so all good.
I'll get around to watching eventually.
What was I just going to say before we moved? Oh, I'd be curious to hear your sound system compared to mine.
I just saw you. I watched your video.
Oh, that was just my living room. That's just my living room.
Oh, okay.
That's not my theater room.
You're rocking that big-ass TV, dude. What the hell, man?
Yeah, that fucker's awesome, dude.
Is that a 55 or 60?
65, that Sony.
That's what I got, a 65.
That made, like, that
bastard.
That Sony's got what the triluminous display, and it can, like, it's just all about the colors over anything else. But still the black levels and contracts are amazing. But that turned the Wii U into, it looked like the Wii, and then when I got this TV, it looked like a PS4. Like, the difference between my old TV and this Sony was night and day. It just makes the Wii U colors the games just pop.
Let me say this: if I yell and clap my hands because I'm watching LeBron and the Bulls play, if I lose it, just overlook me.
But yeah,
because I'm gonna lose it.
How about that Game 7 though? Woo!
Man, see, I was watching. I had to do an event, and then I had to. We caught the Pacquiao Mayweather fight late.
That was bullshit.
So I didn't see the game. Man, I'm gonna make a video about that fight, man. Anyway, let's not get. I don't want to get off topic.
We won't get all into that.
Well, yeah, I would be curious what we'll talk about it off there. I want to know what your setup is, and you said you got a good surround sound setup, so
yeah, I got a decent one.
We'll discuss that. But anyway, let's get on to the first video game topic. And Bear Hugger, you had a video kind of going over the details of this Splatoon Direct, the rumored leak.
Yeah, I would still take it with a grain of salt, though, but it sounds more legit of a rumor than like the last 4chan leaks that we've seen in the past. So
there's a couple things that it's just, if someone thought of that out of the blue, they just were really, like, they're really thinking, like, they really went all in with this rumor, because there's some stuff that just makes so much sense that you hope it's true. Yeah. So instead of talking about what's in the Direct, let's talk about what happens if that stuff's true. And what happens if this isn't true and Nintendo, has something way below, like they don't have anything that's good to show? What's that going to do to work against Splatoon? Because there are a lot of people jumping on the hate train, and
of course.
So let's just say if it's true, Ms. T, I'll go to you first. Get the free game if you download it digitally, and the team deathmatch, adding a mode, and the rumored length of the single player
demo.
If that stuff, and the demo, like, if all that stuff's true, do you think maybe people will finally stop hating on this game? And do you think this will be enough to convince people that maybe
I wouldn't say it would be or people would stop hating on it. I think it would be a nice shot of adrenaline into the Splatoon arm, if you will, and people won't be focusing on what they've been focused on recently. I think it would be a nice little nod to the people who are upset about certain things that we won't discuss. But yeah, I mean, it'll be good for fans. It'll be a nice nod to the fans for Nintendo to give these incentives, and I think a demo is a great idea.
Oh God, yes.
It's a perfect idea, because I don't know. Basically, that's what I got when I went to PAX, and it's just a nice compact package there, and you get a nice window into the game, and I think that's a good way because it's a new IP, that's a good way to get it in people's hands free, and they can basically feel what I felt playing the game. So
yeah, because in your last video you said that people were genuinely just really happy and pleased after they played it, and that was pretty cool to see. Like I said, when people walked away, they were like really excited to play the game, the full game.
Your comment section lit up like freaking Christmas colors, man.
Well, let's just say this: at least 99.9% of the people complain about this game probably haven't played it, and it's good to hear you say what people's reactions were after playing it, because sometimes
it's way different. We're in the bubble here, we're in the little bubble over here in the YouTube gaming community, and the average gamer isn't hip to all the stuff that we look at as the apocalyptic, as far as games go. So it's good to be able to step out of that and see, like, just the regular everyday gamer, how they feel about certain stuff.
Yeah, I had a Smash party a couple weeks ago. I had 7 people where we played 8-player Smash. Before everybody left, I went to the eShop and I played a couple of the trailers for Splatoon, and just the excitement. Especially my one friend who's all about Call of Duty. He'd never seen the game before, and he has a Wii U. And just to hear how excited he was when he saw that, he was just like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "When's that coming out? I gotta have that game." Right. Without knowing all the BS and stuff attached to the community, it was refreshing. So maybe the demo, if anything, if the demo's true, I think that could be.
Right. I mean, see, there you go. I mean, that was a perfect example. Here you have a guy who has a Wii U and has never even seen Splatoon before. And that is the case more than not, with a lot of gamers. So that's why I say it's good if this is true, for them to do that, because it gets the games in people's hands that they don't even know it exists. So that's a good thing. And, with that quick start smart menu that Wii U has now, the minute you turn your Wii U on, you can go right to that and it'll have a little ad for it. You can be like,
yeah, I turned those ads off. I didn't even know they existed until I went over to my friend's house.
Oh, really? Okay. So
I had them off from the beginning. But yeah, leveled. Anything? Do you think? I know you didn't get all the details, but if
that refresh me, because that's what I was trying to While
right,
T was
so
talking, I was trying to get all the points.
the leaked rumor for the direct is that they're going to announce a bunch of new maps, a team deathmatch mode, that one-on-one mode will be playable online. If you buy the game digitally, you'll have your choice of through one free game out of a choice of 5. Donkey Kong Country,
There's
Tropical
one game
Freeze,
on that list that I want so
Pikmin
badly.
3, Wind Waker HD, Hyrule Warriors,
Yep.
and
That's
what's
what
that?
there wants.
And that's only if you download it.
Apparently,
Not
according to
digitally,
this,
okay.
which is weird. And then if you have like other amiibos like Mario, Luigi, whatever, those will unlock costumes. It's not just the Splatoon amiibos. So if you already have some amiibos, you're not going to be missing out on as much. And then they said the demo, and then it felt like there was one other thing, but basically they're going to make the game very appealing, and they said the single player campaign could last up to 14 hours, which seems a little bit. That's the only part that really stood out to me as I can't believe that's true. So that's the basic rumor, what the direct's gonna tell us. And I think if that stuff's true, then it's going to be hard pressed for people to say Nintendo's just trying to screw us over. They're trying to milk this new IP and day one DLC and all that. I think the value, if that stuff's true, I think there's a lot of value there. And plus, if you download it, you get another game for free. I mean, it's
That's their cop out right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going off what you said, I think Nintendo is pretty much aware that people are upset, and I think by this time, I think they are rightfully to be upset. I think the reason that they gave for not putting it in there was a foolish reason to reveal to the public. Let me say it like that. If they didn't want to put it in there, they should have just left it at not putting it in there. But the excuse that they gave, and then I think that was egregious. But I think people are also overreacting and making it be more than it needs to be. I think it's old now, and if you're going to get the game, get it. If you're not, you're not. But Nintendo is sweetening up the deal, in my opinion. If you download it, that's pretty cool. Like y'all was saying before, if they add a demo to where people can actually get a chance to taste it before buying it, I think that'll shut all of it up. If they simply put a demo out before it come out.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really hope's true. I mean,
I think that's big because a lot of people. I've said it before. Is that I said this in that video? Is that this is not Rainbow Six. It's a fast-paced game. So all this strategy, most of the strategy that people think you're gonna have with voice chat and being able to, all you're gonna be yelling out is spread your ink for the most part.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like most of us is coming from a place of ignorance. We're assuming that this game is something that, like you said, now that you have played it and had a chance to experience, that it might not be at all. And but Nintendo, like if they put the demo on and let people get a chance to taste it for themselves, I think that'll cure all the speculation of it might not need it at all. So. It's however they play it. Giving the free game is cool, but I have most of those games. Only one I would want is probably Hyrule Warriors and
Amen, brother.
Mm-hmm.
and so it's not. And I ain't gonna sit up here and say I'm going crazy to have that game, but that'll be the only one I don't have that they're offering. Almost like what they did on Club Nintendo. They offered some games. I had all those games.
Mm-hmm.
It was offered that.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
making me wish.
getting.
I wish I would have bought a couple of those games physically, and then I could have, then I could download my favorite one, which would have been Donkey Kong. If I had it physically, then I'd have the digital version to play, and then I could keep the disc version, in its case. So, for me, I have them all. I just don't have Hyrule Warriors digitally, so it would be enough for me to consider downloading Splatoon just to get Hyrule Warriors digitally. That way, I'd probably play it a little bit more because if I gotta. It sounds really lazy, but most of my games are downloaded, so they're just easy access right there on my screen on my game pad.
Okay, I almost yelled on you guys, boy. I almost yelled on you. I had to hold my teeth.
Let me take the opposite approach, Bear, and let's say this rumor's just absolutely false, and this direct on Sunday or on Thursday is just more of what we already seen, maybe a couple new maps. And no new game mode. I mean, just very basic direct, kind of like the Hyrule Warriors one didn't give us a whole lot of new because we had already seen the game so much. What do you think the fallout would be if the direct, that rumor's false and they really don't show us a whole lot of new
the
stuff?
hate will continue. That's final. That's just the way it's going to be. Like now, I want to clear one thing off my chest first, because it seems like a lot of people either didn't watch my video that I put up there. I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago. Like
The one where you said you're getting it and you're downloading it for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting it digitally, but a lot of people in the comment section either didn't hear me say that, or they only hear what they want to hear, that kind of stuff, or didn't even watch my video.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, it does. Now, I want to make one thing clear. I'm getting the game digital, so Nintendo's getting my money regardless. So my point in this whole entire matter is completely irrelevant. The only reason why I put up that video is because I kind of somewhat see it as, you know, a better way than just flat out ignoring the game, boycotting it, and whatever you want to call it, because Nintendo is not going to see it from that perspective. Now, however, though, Mr. T, for you though, I watched your video in its full entirety, and I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with you on a lot of concepts and a lot of aspects that you mentioned in your video. I ain't gonna F with that, dude. Now, as far as this rumor goes, if this rumor happens to be true, I made a prediction yesterday saying that I find it weird that Nintendo was hosting this digital event, or, well, direct, sorry, I should say. This is not E3 now. This direct on Thursday, but they're doing it Thursday morning at the exact same effing time the eShop gets updated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, and it's like, what, I think it's 10 o'clock or something like that. So that's like a 45-minute direct. 11 o'clock, boom, they drop the actual demo. So that demo thing, you know, that was one of the things I said yesterday in my Bear Chill Lives podcast last night. I said, yeah, don't be surprised if there will be a demo, because it would be smart if they did for two main reasons. One, it's a new IP, so it will get people interested, because I mean, most of the time when you see them announce games, they never release demos, but why should they? Because everybody knows what to expect. Because it's either a game in a franchise we don't know, whether it be Mario or Star Fox, or whatever the case may be. But this game here, never been done before. A lot of people haven't had a chance to play it yet, except outside from people like you, which I'm jealous as hell of. They're T. But anyways, my point is that with them releasing a demo, doing it on Thursday, dropping it at the exact same time the eShop updates, man, that's going to be a brilliant way for people to get in there and actually see that. Maybe, and I've also mentioned this plenty of times before, in a worst case scenario, yeah, you could very well be right, that voice chat will be completely effing irrelevant in this game because of how fast and how simplistic the game is. It's just everyone's going to automatically know what the hell they're doing.
And don't get me wrong, like I believe that voice chat should be in the game, if only for the social aspect of like I said, having fun, just chatting it up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not in damage control here, trying to protect Nintendo or anything. What I'm saying is it's not a lot of people seem to be thinking that it's going to be like Rainbow Six.
They're saying the voice chat should be there for the strategy, is what a lot of people are saying.
Right.
The only mode that I see any strategy coming out of is freaking Splat Zone, man, where it's kind of like capture the flag almost in a way.
And I was going to say Splat Zone is probably going to be the most strategic one.
Yeah.
Even then, you're going to figure out the strategy, the first couple of matches, and you're not going to need to
that's what I keep telling people. It's like a worst case scenario kind of thing that I can see. I can see this whole voice chat freaking backfiring, man. I really honestly do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that the game should not have voice chat. I mean, I'm still think that it should as an option for people that want it. Me personally, as myself, I'm not speaking for anybody else here, but me personally, myself, I don't care if it has it or not.
I wasn't going to use it if it did have it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but don't get me wrong. I do understand why people are complaining and crying and backlashing towards it. And I get that, and I have no issue with those people that are, trying to buy it used or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, those people that do want to buy it used, that's their prerogative, not me. I mean, I'm still getting it digitally. Nintendo's getting my money. But on top of that, if this rumor does happen to be true, Hyrule Warriors for free, another game that I can get that's part of my digital list, man. That means I only have 2 more I have to get, and then I'm done. I am effing done, man. Bayonetta 2 and then 3D World, I am golden after that point. So if they want to give me a free digital copy of freaking Hyrule Warriors, sweet for me.
There, guys, is that you're downloading it, right? So you're actually giving Nintendo more of your money than we are.
Yeah, because cutting out the middleman.
But you notice something I noticed that Nintendo does difficult. Nintendo makes difficult look easy, and they make easy look difficult.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, when the games that they make are very complex, but they do it with so much ease. But getting the game out and getting the people excited and doing the things that it takes, like something as simple as a demo would calm the nerves of everyone. But that'd be the thing that they make difficult.
So
Yeah.
even if all this crap that we saw from this this rumor, whatever you want to call it, happens to not come a reality, except for the demo, I still think they should definitely do a demo, just to help ease in those people. It's free. People are not going to say no to that. Oh wow, a demo for Splatoon, excellent, let's play it. But get people familiar with the online. They'll see that, like I said, the voice chat's not going to be really a big thing, and that when people start playing it, then people know what the hell they're doing. I mean, people don't understand the concept of what Splatoon is, just for the regular game mode of being able to go around and capture all the actual territories. The fuck, you gotta be brain dead, man. Seriously, it's a very simplistic concept, man. So I don't really see it being a valuable asset, even though it would be nice if it was there for people that want it. But at the same time, it's like I can understand the backlash to it, but I think a demo will definitely ease those people in and be like, you know what? Maybe this game doesn't really take advantage of anything like voice chat because it's so fast and so simplistic. Everyone already knows what the hell they're doing. And you kind of see that when people play like on the show floor. You don't see people talking to anybody; they're just playing it, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think T is right about that. I really honestly think that that's going to be the worst case scenario. That at the end of the day, the voice chat thing is going to blow up in people's faces as not really being needed, and people are going to be like, well, what the hell? Now, as far as private things go, well, we freaking been using Hangouts all the time when we play Smash and freaking Mario Kart anyways, man. So who the cares?
Do it anyway, even though the game's
yeah, exactly. We do it all the damn time. I mean, hell, even most of the time, sometimes there too as well. Terminator Juice, you were in a couple of the events that I hosted back then. So I mean, whatever, it is what it is.
We didn't even think twice about it. We just did it, and it was cool because we could have 10 people in there talking.
Xbox has all the features in the world, and we still jump on Hangouts when we play
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So. Yeah, exactly, right. So I mean, but
let
overall,
me ask this question. Does Splatoon have private matches now, or I thought it didn't have it?
No, it's there, but it's just like
we don't know.
There's no custom rules.
They said there's no customization options with friends, so I don't know if there is private matches because it sounds like the game has to be 4-on-4, but maybe if they include that 1-on-1. But I just don't know how it'd work if you had 7 people.
Well, another thing that was part of that list too as well, there, TJ, was the fact that you got the tournaments, right, similar to that of Smash Bros., which is not implemented yet, but it's still coming, along with Mario Kart 8's tournament system. So they have something like that, and you can somewhat tweak a couple of other things, like map rotations or something on the lines of that. At least that's something.
Yeah, if there's an online tournament like Mario Kart, that would really add to the longevity of the game too.
Yeah, and plus another thing that's cool as well is the fact like these map packs they're going to be releasing, which I hope they do it in a season pass similar to that what they did with Mario Kart 8, like at a cheap value if you get like you know like the way they had it designed. And if it is true that like these maps are themed based on Nintendo franchises for their level designs, I'm all down with that, man. I ain't gonna say no to that.
I mean, we're still talking about Mario Kart a year later because of those packs.
And I think friggin', I think that's another. I know we're not talking about the E3 thing right now, but I just want to mention real quick, since we're on the topic, I think as far as Mario Kart goes, I do think that we are going to see a second season of Mario Kart DLC. I think they made so much money off of that. We got so much praise off that. They'll be stupid to not do it. So,
right. And it's easier too.
Yeah, exactly. So if Smash Brothers is getting all this extra DLC, and plus with rumors of what's his name, Roy and Ryu coming in there too as well, which I guarantee you we'll know at E3 if they are coming or not, because I'm sure Sakurai will say something. Yeah, they'll have to keep Mario Kart going if they want to keep that game in people's systems again, keep it relevant throughout the entire year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because they at some point, I mean, it takes a lot of work to get 8 tracks. In 6 months, there's a lot of details, and they still make it look so polished and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean that.
I wonder how much of that
road.
How much of the team does that take? Because at some point they're gonna have to start the next
game.
Working
on Mario Kart 9, right?
Yes.
Well, that too, yeah. But I mean, I don't expect to see Mario Kart 9 for at least 3
but what I'm saying is they're gonna
years. But
they work on Mario Kart gets a new game engine every time, and it takes 5-6 years. So at some point they're gonna have to start the next game.
Well, yeah, of course. And I don't think it really takes that very long. I think they have like a little small team working on the maps and DLC, hence the reason why it took so long for the second map to come out. But I like the way they did that, though, because it's keeping your game relevant. It's keeping players to hold on to that copy of Mario Kart 8, even if you have to wait 6 months for the DLC to come out. Who the frick cares? People are still going to realize, you know what, I bought this this season pass thing, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And yeah, so they have a reason to put it back in. I mean, people right now are still playing that while they're waiting for Splatoon to come out, and to me, that's a phenomenal thing. And I'm glad that they, pushed the actual release date up ahead of time too, as well. Because if they would have released that in May, that would have got freaking completely ignored.
And
just like when Smash happened, man.
Speaking of, I mean, I did my 50th Mario Kart 8 tournament.
Yeah, see, you keep that fresh and going.
There was a couple of them that didn't work, but so it's
I'll have to go in 1 year.
Like 48. But anyway, and one last thing before we move on to the main topic. Nintendo learned after Mario Kart 8, they announced that DLC. That the internet exploded that day. I don't know if you guys remember the day they announced DLC for Mario Kart 8. I've never had so many messages in my inbox, so many notifications on Google, Twitter. Yep. It went nuts.
Yeah, same here, dude. Same here. Like, you gotta cover this, man. You gotta cover this.
Be dumb. I mean, it would be dumb for Nintendo to not think that that wasn't a huge thing. People wanted that, so in their mind, that DLC was. I mean, that was just incredible, and it was well received. And I know some people are mad because they're already talking about it in Splatoon before the game comes out, but I think they're just trying to say, hey, this game's going to be supported.
People are worried about it not being a full game. It's going to be a full game. And here's the thing: how long before we knew that the game even had a single player mode? How long did we? and that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, too, as well, because remember, when we were watching all the actual Nintendo Treehouse event stuff there, about freaking what do you call it there? Hold on 1 second, sorry. Basically, yeah. So when we were watching the actual Treehouse Direct, or all the info, whatever you want to call it, they specifically said that it was going to be an online game only. They never mentioned anything about single player. They're like, yeah, we'll think about it. You know what I mean? But they did it because fans cried out for it. You know what I mean? So down the road, they could always will update the game or something like that. Or maybe the reason why they're not adding voice because that's going to be something that we're getting with the fall update with this new online membership thing that they're doing with DNA. Because I think Nintendo is redesigning their entire freaking interface, and they're pretty much basically going to pull what Microsoft did 3 years into the 360's life cycle when they finally brought out the new Xbox experience. You remember that shit? I think that's what Nintendo is doing right now.
I think that was a good point because we don't know their plans, so it's kind of what do they say, jumping to conclusions at this point to complain about stuff. I mean, they might already have the solution for cross game. We don't know, but I'm not saying it's likely, but I'm just saying we don't know.
This what kills me though, man, is the fact that stuff they fully accept from Sony and Microsoft, they act as if it's Nintendo, which has a track record of giving you a full experience when you purchase a game. You getting a full experience just because they show you something that they have planned. It's something to complain about when you get this from third-party companies all the time, and you don't complain about that. You see the full DLC package of Call of Duty, and you know this can be content in the game, and you still go out there and buy it in droves and make it record-breaking. But you don't. But Nintendo show you something, and all of a sudden it's an issue because it's Nintendo. It's like this double standard.
The thing, because the thing is, what people need to understand is, though, when it comes to the big end men, is that anything they do, good or wrong, people will shit all over it because it's so easy to poke fun of Nintendo because they're the underdog. You know what I mean? There's more people that don't like Nintendo than there is people like us, that kind of thing. So that's why they're such an easy target, man.
And the other way to look at it, the level is not that people don't complain about when it happens to Call of Duty is where did you lose your faith in Nintendo? I mean, what happened because of what they said about the voice chat? Now you lost your faith. Like, there's some real diehard Nintendo fans who feel like Nintendo's really taking advantage of us with Splatoon, and they're giving us this game with minimal content. We don't know the full content of the game, and they immediately just lost faith in Nintendo, and just because of this voice chat, all of a sudden they don't trust that Nintendo's going to give us a full game.
Right, and that's my problem. That's my issue. Is like, had Splatoon was on any other system, and I know now they're starting to fuss about DLC after years of accepting the getting jerked around and saying getting milk for your money. After years of that, all of a sudden now they come to the understanding that they're getting jerked around. But Nintendo, who has a track record of giving you a well-rounded experience when they get a game from them, show you some DLC, all of a sudden they more egregious than those who've been milking you for the last generation and a half.
Those people, these are the same people. He's basically saying these are the same people who went out and bought Evolve and went out and bought.
Yeah, which that game should be a fucking free-to-play game. Excuse my language, Steve.
Right, or went out and bought Order 1886. Right. And these games are not full games when you buy them. Order 1886, I don't think it even has DLC or anything, does it?
No, I mean, that was a full game, or excuse me, sorry, full movie, but that's besides the point.
But that's what he's saying is that these are. How can you complain about Splatoon when you guys are buying this stuff.
And it's not even like there's some Nintendo fans who haven't bought Evolve, haven't supported DLC, just because, like I said, Mario Kart 8 DLC was so well received. Don't you think of this logically? Okay, they got a new IP coming out. They're looking, okay, Mario Kart 8 did well, but look at what the DLC, look at how excited people got. Maybe if we announce the DLC beforehand, we can create that excitement for Splatoon 2 as well, so maybe more people will buy it knowing that this support's coming like we did for Mario Kart, but instead people took it as, oh, they're pulling an EA and they're taking content out of the game and giving us DLC before the game is.
You think they're going to risk that with a new IP? They're going to go out there and try to rob you with a new IP?
You don't think they're just trying to build excitement? I mean, look at what, like I said, Mario Kart 8 DLC was. I never seen Google Plus blow up like that, like the day that DLC was announced. So
I'll say this, man. Had we not had something to gauge Nintendo's approach to DLC, then I can see people getting upset.
Right.
Like, because, being a Nintendo fan, I had to be the devil's advocate. We were the ones really coming at, DLC, day one DLC, and broken games and all that stuff. We did, but if Nintendo was following the same formula, the same blueprint that the third party followed, and we didn't have examples like what they did with Mario Kart, what they did with Hyrule Warriors, what they did with what they doing now with Smash Bros. It's too many examples of a complete game that is given almost another game. Like, this DLC for Mario Kart made this game like a brand new Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the sad reality of it. I just want to say this real quick, because with the recent announcement of the Batman Arkham Knight DLC being slammed at $40, which that they're trying to make that game like what? They have to have enough content in order to justify that game, like 2/3 of the price tag of what the original game is, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Where Mario Kart did that for freaking $12. It exceeded 50%
half
of the original base game. So you can see the difference right there, and people are getting freaking gypped off so bad, man, and they don't even see it. The funny thing is, though, some people that do, they don't care because they accept this shit. I hate it.
That's
when it's on their console of choice, of course.
Like Leveled saying, though, I mean, Nintendo's shown us that they're gonna do it the right way, and just how quickly people turned and forgot all the polished games we've gotten on the Wii U. I mean, Bayonetta 2 still hasn't had an update. Still hasn't had a patch.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing, Terminator. They forgot. They haven't even acknowledged.
Yeah.
You can't forget what you not even acknowledged. Because they say this stuff because they haven't experienced the DLC on Nintendo. So they assume it's like what they get. The crap they get, they think we get it. I own another system. I see what they get, and it's nothing like what Nintendo offers when they say downloaded content is a total different understanding, a total different gift.
Yeah, hey, I'll be the first to admit it. Splatoon comes out and has like a 5-hour campaign and 2 game modes online that get boring fast. I'll be all over it then.
I'll be making videos screaming about it.
Oh yeah, believe me, we all will. We all freaking will.
I'm waiting for the game to come out and then decide if it doesn't have enough content.
Yeah, I just want this rumor to be true, because if that single player freaking 28 stages and it lasts 14 freaking hours, are you kidding me?
I can't believe that, because Game Explain
went through. Look at the size of the file. Look at the size of the download, man.
Well, 3D World was pretty epic for...
Exactly, and look how long that game lasted on to an average gamer, like 30 plus hours, man.
Yeah, I put 50.
100%.
No freaking way.
All right.
Well, I mean, we got the Champions Road.
All right, we're getting deep into it. Let's get on to Nintendo's E3 now. The reason I wanted to bring this up, and this before I saw a Rule of Two Reviews video yesterday where he covered this, but I looked it up. April 29th, 2014 is when Nintendo announced the digital event, the Smash Tourney, the Best Buy Smash, and the Treehouse Live on April 29th, 2014. They came out and announced all that. It's now May 4th, 2015, and Nintendo has not announced their E3 plans. So, that's curious to me, but I want to know your guys' thoughts. Does their silence mean just the same? That means that they're just going to do the same as last year, or is it that they're making changes, and that's why they're taking longer to announce because they're still trying to plan everything. So I'm gonna go in order. Or Barry, you go for it. Just give your answer. Do you think it's going to be the same as last year, or do you think they're working on?
I think the reason why they haven't announced it yet is because, if you remember correctly, E3 last year was what, June 10th to June 12th, and then this one here is what, the 16th to the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this week, or maybe they might even mention it. I don't think they're going to mention it during the direct, but I think later this week or early next week is when they're going to make the announcement, because it would still match up to the same time frame.
Okay.
As what E3 was. That's what I'm thinking. If they don't say anything, it could be a digital event, or it could very well be they're going back old school, man. Who knows?
All right, so you're not going to pick one of the two?
I'm kind of 50-50 with it, man. I want to say digital event because I love the way that was planned out, and it was perfect, man. But if they do another stage show, then it'll keep all those people that bitched and cried last year all happy. No.
Even though they did in a lot of polls and stuff, they did. A lot of people said they had the best E3, but level. What do you think? Nintendo hasn't announced their E3 plans yet. We're in May. Do you think that means nothing to announce because it's the same, or do you think they got something big or some changes they're making, and that's why we haven't heard?
Well, I can definitely tell you they're not going back to the stage. They last year had proved to them that they didn't need to. That was what last year's experiment was. If this experiment doesn't work, either we going back to the stage or we exiting E3 pretty much all together outside of the show floor. So I'm thinking that they silence is we like what we did last year, and we probably gonna do it even on a grander scale, They probably got something bigger planned, built off of last year's experiment, because that's what last year's was, an experiment. And I think, if I'm be honest, I think Microsoft is going to resemble more of a Nintendo approach than the typical show floor approach. They might be at the E3 on the stage, but it's going to be a little different than what we typically got from years past. So I think they all learned from Nintendo last year.
All right.
That's my opinion.
So what do you think, Ms. T? The fact that we haven't heard yet, what do you think it means?
Yeah, I think first of all, I think the fact that we haven't heard anything means absolutely nothing. Because, like I said before, Nintendo is pretty organic in their decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they don't look and say, oh, yeah, last year on April 29th at 2 p.m. we said this, so this year on April 29th we got to say. No, they don't really work that way. They never have. So I don't think that means anything. And I actually think there's going to be a kind of a combination of both. They're going to do the digital event, and I think they're going to be on stage for certain things like the DNA stuff, and I think the quality of life stuff. I think they're going to be on stage for some of that stuff. So
that makes very good sense, T. Damn.
Yeah.
I actually think they're changing it up, and they're going to go back to the press conference because of what you just said. They got some bigger things to announce.
Right.
And the digital events and stuff, they just show gameplay. They don't really make too many announcements. The last 2 years, they haven't had any big announcements to make. So I think they have stuff to talk about, and I think they are. I would be shocked if they didn't have the Treehouse Live again. I think that's
what I'm saying. Like,
that would be a mistake to not do that.
To me, last year they had live events. It just wasn't in the typical traditional fashion. Like, I think Nintendo is going to do it. Like, if they're going to have like what they did with the Smash Bros. Tournament. That can be replaced with the DNA showcase. You know what I'm saying? And then what they did with the Treehouse, that can be their way of showcasing their games. Because to me, is they able to control the narrative, whereas getting on the stage in front of people who is never going to favor them, never going to give them the benefit. Nintendo trying to control their brand and the narrative about their brand, and I think they're gonna approach. I think they're gonna come back to the stage, but it's gonna be a bigger scale of last year, not what was the years prior.
Mm-hmm. I think Ms. T hit it pretty good. Like the announcement stuff. I don't know if they'll do gameplay during this press. It might just be a press conference to announce their plans for those two different platforms, and maybe something else, maybe a new handheld or something. I mean, there's a chance of that, I think. But as far as the gameplay stuff, I would like to think that they would keep those separate. Have the digital events for just the gameplay, and then maybe have a stage presence to go over the DNA and the quality of life stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And in my mind, I think if they had the plan set, they would have announced it. Yeah, I don't it's organic, like you said, Ms. T, but I think they're still working on the details. But the fact that it is May and we're almost just over 5 weeks away or 6 weeks.
I'm so excited.
I'm more excited when they don't say anything than when they actually.
But isn't E3 deeper into June than last year?
It is.
By like a
week, yeah.
A little under a week.
Okay.
So
that's what I mean. Yeah. So
let's say, like T said, they talk about the DNA. They talk about the quality of life. If they take the time to do a press conference to tell us that, does anybody think there's anything else they might go over or any other
a few shocking surprises, man. I mean, literally this year they have to go all out again, man, because if they want to keep that momentum going for what they had for that little tiny period of time, even though people are saying that there was nothing that came out over the last couple of months, which to me is bullshit.
The Wii U sales are still up.
Yeah, the Wii U sales are still up. The Amiibos, well, they're freaking Amiibos.
That's a wrap.
But at the same time, I think if they do an actual stage conference where they talk about literally everything, they'll have to nail it out of the park, which I know they're going to. Because I mean, we got confirmation that Next Level Games is working on something, and pray to God that it's freaking Punch Out, but I don't think that is what it is. Because they just came out today, and somebody on LinkedIn, whatever you want to call it, talked about how there's going to be an online component for Next Level's game for the Wii U. So clearly they have a lot of things brewing, and plus it also resides to what Wawada said himself during the actual financial briefing, that there are games we have not known about yet. So if there is a lot more stuff that's coming into 2016 and even out this year, then by all means, give me that shit.
So the question would be, the only way we can really, kind of predict or try to see where Nintendo is going to go is, did they miss? Did the removing themselves from the press conference stage aspect of it hurt them, or going to the digital way help? Did they lose anything from not standing on that stage doing a live press conference?
No, except for a lot of people who I want to hear the audience cheer. Look.
And the casuals, maybe for the casuals.
Right.
I think the first year we weren't sure. I think it was just that digital thing for the first year was a little disjointed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they nailed it, I think.
Oh, God, yeah, they nailed it. They were the only people that showed off legitimate gameplay that entire freaking 45 minutes.
Right.
Right, and I think they got way more to tune in for that digital event than they was probably even expecting, because everybody was tripping off of the chicken, whatever that,
Robot
the chicken.
Stuff. Yeah, Robot Chicken.
All the, then when Iwata and Reggie faced off to show the Mii's and Smash, and everything seemed, and people seemed to, from my memory, they seem to have enjoyed that presentation more than both conferences from the other two.
People wanted more. That was the only.
What makes it even better
yeah.
is the fact that when you go on NeoGAF and you go the E3 predictions thread, there's people to this day that are still talking about how good the actual direct was, or the digital was last year, man. Posting memes left and right.
That's
how you
make an impact, man.
Right now, so you take that, maybe add 30 minutes to it, and add the presentation for your system and all that, or whatever you want to onto that. I think it'll do just the same. I don't think that, and they should save that money, because I think last year was an experiment to see if it's the way they want to go, and I think they proved that it's worth going that route. That's my only thing.
I think start the prepresentation with DNA, quality of life, and then that digital direct.
Well, that's a lot of, because what people don't realize, that's a lot of research and development that went into the Nintendo Directs. They've been, if you notice, from the first time we saw one to now, they have gradually improved, and now maybe the content that they show for that Direct ain't good, but how they present it has changed. I remember how they changed with Smash Bros. Then when they came with
Mario Kart
Mario Kart, then they changed with Smash Bros. And then they, the digital Direct, and then Smash Bros. And it was all gradually expanding and getting way more professional and really scripted well.
It goes all the way back to 2011 with the 3DS. When those little digital Jessie Cantrell, her little videos and stuff, they were starting off. Oh, I miss her. Yeah. They were starting off with her, basically, with that digital stuff.
What I'm talking about there. Yeah, she was smoking, dude.
That was the little 3D videos, right?
The little 3D videos.
I watched those every week.
Yeah, so did I.
Just because of her. That's the only reason why I watched that stuff.
I don't, me personally, I don't want them to put the DNA and any other boring announcement stuff in
Yeah.
with the gameplay.
No, no, no.
I don't want that to be part of the digital event, so I would definitely like to have those separate. I think that would just kill the buzz if they had a lot of information. Just the gameplay is what I want to see. That's why Sony's press conference just I was literally
tried to watch
angry watching that because it was CG stuff. So I want gameplay in a specific video for games and gameplay, and then if they have like a lot of detailed information to go over, then get Reggie up on stage and do, it doesn't have to be a room, one of those huge rooms. They could have a film one where he's just talking to 100 of the 100 people in the press or something. Just get that information out, have it separate so people can kind of pick and choose when they want to watch.
If I can say so bluntly, if you guys remember the way Shigeru Miyamoto, when he was up on that Treehouse event during that live event there after the actual event,
Mm-hmm.
you can clearly tell that Shigeru Miyamoto still, to this very given day, freaking loves doing those live presentations, man.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does. You can clearly tell when he was sitting there trying to get the crowd all excited when he had talked about when he confirmed that Star Fox was in development.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say
maybe that's why they could be going back.
It's Star Fox. Announce that on stage.
Yeah, they can show that off on stage because they already confirmed that it's going to be playable on the show floor. So clearly it's going to be there, obviously, because nobody knows nothing about it. So, and I still strongly feel that there is a collaboration with Platinum Games. I just feel it in my bones, man, because they've been way too freaking quiet.
I'd be
way too damn quiet
at this point if it wasn't.
And I guarantee you, and plus another thing else taking in consideration, because remember when what's his name there, Kamiya came out and stated that there was going to be more Bayonetta 2 news to be announced later this year.
Right.
Maybe that could be a playable pilot or something like that in the online mode for Star Fox. Who the frick knows? We don't know. You know what I mean? So anything is possible like at this point, because to me it blows my mind to see, like, I know Nintendo's going to do a lot more collaborations, because I mean, look at Hyrule Warriors. That game sold 1 million units worldwide. Yet no other frickin' Warriors game in any of the franchises, whether it be Samurai Dynasty or frickin' Gundam, has ever sold that much. So there's no way in hell, man. They're going to be doing a lot more collaborations with this company, and like I said, Mario Warriors, make it frickin' happen. I don't care what you guys say. I don't give a shit. I want that game. I don't care. I want it. Frickin' want it, man.
All right, let me focus this for a second here. All right, last year, we got the Zelda reveal, and we didn't know that much about Smash, and we saw more about Hyrule Warriors, but we'd seen Bayonetta a bunch of times. There was some 3DS games. They didn't have a ton of new stuff for us like the previous year when we didn't know what Mario Kart was going to look like and all that. So it was like, this year I feel like they have so much more because we have never seen Star Fox.
Yep.
Devil's Third, we've only seen, it's going to be a year since we've seen that.
Yep.
Mario Maker we've seen quite a bit of.
I'm so pumped for that game.
We'll get a Xenoblade release date, I would think. And
better give us one.
A couple surprises. We got, potentially Next Level's game. We got potentially Retro's game. We got potentially that third-party port, which I think is going to be Guitar Hero.
What, the whole Activision thing? No, I firmly believe that it's Call of Duty, because there was another.
No, I'm talking about that one studio that said they're developing a non-mature game.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, okay. Oh, you mean?
I think that's good.
Yeah, I know.
Who the hell was that? They did
Tantalus or something. I think it's called
Tantalus. Yeah.
Tantalus.
I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be something. But anyway, we'll have that game. I still think they'll show some Zelda and some. I think they'll show some kind of.
Why does
footage.
everybody keep saying that?
Why wouldn't they? They can't just go 2 years.
I want to agree with you on that. I really do, and I really hope to God that Nintendo is just trolling the crap out of us right now.
Well, they said it won't be there. They didn't say that they're not going to show the new trailer.
Yeah. So they might show off a little trailer. I mean, at least give us hope for something to look forward to on what they're adding into the game. I mean, as far as what I think what's going to happen is, man, you're right, because I mean, outside from, we haven't seen Devil's Third in over a year, and Itagaki already came out and said the game looks completely different to that of what we saw, because the footage that we did see was prototype shit for the Xbox 360. That's the version that we saw.
Right.
And then on top of it too as well, Mario Maker. The only reason why I think they're going to also show something for that is because I still believe that there is going to be a Mario Music Maker in the game where you can like mess around and remix different songs for your stages.
That'd be cool.
I heard a rumor about that.
Mario Maker stuff.
Yeah, sort of like that. And plus, that'll also inspire a lot of those people to make more of those freaking Mario Paint YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But outside from that, I mean, we haven't seen Star Fox yet. They've been very, very, very tight-lipped about that, and everybody just keeps thinking they're not going to show it. I do believe that there is going to be a teaser for Metroid for both 3DS and whatever you want to call it, because I found an article shortly thereafter, middle of July, that right after E3 when they were talking to one of the developers or something like that, and he said that it was they want to do something for both platforms and stay tuned in the future for more news, which makes sense because Nintendo, when it comes to their stuff, they're very secretive with their crap, and they only reveal things when they see it's ready to be revealed. And that's the reason why we haven't seen nothing of Devil's Third, why we haven't seen Star Fox yet, and why they're being quiet about a few other projects. And on top of it too as well, I guarantee they have a lot more in store that we're freaking looking at, man, because with them coming out and saying that they confirmed Fatal Frame 5 coming to North America finally, and thank God for that. They could have easily slipped that in there at E3.
Same with the Fire Emblem.
Exactly, yeah.
3DS
Why
game.
reveal those two games? Especially Shin Megami Tensei, that one could have been a big game.
Another one.
You had nothing to say. You could have saved that for E3. So
that was the point I was trying to get to.
That people are not going to be expecting at this year's E3, and people are going to be like, "Damn," you know what I mean? And that's going to shut up all those people that are automatically saying that NX is coming out next year, and I'm freaking tired of hearing that, man.
Yeah, and Zelda's
so
being
tired of hearing that.
I haven't even talked about that yet because I don't.
And the thing that pisses me off the most, and I just want to say this real quick, man, is that everybody keeps falling back to that freaking Twilight Princess shenanigans, man. It's only ever happened once, but yet Skyward Sword got delayed. It was supposed to come out the year before it got released, but they delayed it, man. Did anybody say shit about that?
They delay every Zelda game.
Exactly. So I don't understand when people are getting so pissed off now. I think it's because now with them, see, if they ever made that statement about NX during the actual DNA thing, which they had to, because if they didn't, the internet would have been in an uproar about, oh, they're going mobile. If they would have never made that announcement, nobody would be talking shit right now about the whole entire NX thing. Man.
You know why they talking, Bear Hugger? You know why they talking? Because they ain't got nothing to play. Exactly. I mean, just look at there is nothing to play on them systems, man. They got to talk about something. They was hoping that we got something delayed because everything they got been delayed.
All right. So I'm calling. We've already talked about the two-letter word too much. I don't talk about that because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry, I just wanted to get off.
We've hit the limit. My point I was trying to make was what Bear kind of hinted at. They've shown us a lot of stuff in the last couple of directs.
Yeah.
They revealed Fatal Frame, like you said, the Fire Emblem, the Shin Megami
Tensei Crossfire.
I mean, so if they didn't have much to show at E3, they would not have shown that stuff yet. So.
Yeah, let alone that you also had a company, Shinen, go out and tease that E3 this year is going to be interesting, man, hinting at they're going to be showing off gameplay for Fast Racing Neo, which I still believe that game is now going to be renamed F-Zero. I'm sorry, but in my bones tells me because they were supposed to show off gameplay early, right at the end of last year, but they never did. 3 screenshots, nothing after that. It was completely silence. And then all of a sudden now they're hinting at it, man. And of course they have to sit there and they don't want to say that it is F-Zero because whatever you want to call it. So, but them using it's the oldest trick in the book, man. It works every time. Watch, they'll show that game off, boom, Shinin F-Zero. I'm calling it right now.
What happened about Project Giant Robot and Project Guard?
That. Who knows? Maybe that might just be a mini game.
I think that's part of Star Fox.
I agree. Yeah, I think that could be very well be a possibility. Correct. Yeah.
All right. So
I will say this, man. I know we real hopeful that Nintendo, and I believe they do have a lot to show, but it ain't like in the past that they haven't came and a lot of stuff we thought they was getting out the way so they could show something bigger end up being the same stuff they showed. So, but I believe that they'll learn from their mistakes, hopefully. So I believe that they are getting stuff out the way so that they can drop some tons. So.
I just want to say real quick, though, Termy, if you don't mind, really fast about the whole Activision thing with that tweet. I really do think that Nintendo is going to announce Call of Duty there because they wanted to do that.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask somebody.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say real quick. No, because there was just a recent post that I saw as a rumor that on Reddit across all Xbox, you know what I'm talking about there. So that was on the Wii U board, which nobody was like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Yeah, they were passing out. They're letting moderators for like Wii U sites. What do they call that? That sort of advertising? Pirate. Viral. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did it take to ask ghosts? So.
I was going to ask Mizzy or Level if you think that Activision is bringing something? I mean, was that tweet BS, or are they actually going to bring Call of Duty, or do they have something? Who was the one that had I think it was Ubisoft had that game that was finished and they were waiting. Never mind, that was something different. But anyway, what do you think?
What happened to that?
Yeah, I'm sure they probably just
canned that thing quietly.
Yeah, whatever happened to Ubisoft? Well, we're just going to release casual crap. Well, that game was casual, so what the fuck? No,
I don't know. I mean, the Wii U's almost at 10 million, and they still aren't going to release it. But anyway, Activision, that tweet. Do you think? Because when Black Ops 2, they couldn't announce or confirm it till E3 that it was coming to the Wii U because they wanted to have that presentation.
Yeah.
And then Ghost
was the same way. Yeah.
It was after E3 actually.
It was after E3, right? It was like September or something.
Yeah.
The exact same thing with Black Ops 2 as well in September when they revealed the price of the Wii U and some of that.
Based on the wording, do you think that maybe? Because Treyarch said they're now working on it, but Nintendo has the final say on when they can announce the game for their platform. So, do you think that could be another announcement at E3? And would Nintendo make it, or would they just let Activision make it?
I think Nintendo will make it because I think the reason that we, in the past, like you said, Activision hasn't announced the Call of Duty games is because Nintendo they kind of shuffle their holiday games for a while, so they want to make sure a third-party game like that is in a good window to where it can do okay, because like I said, their lineup is always up in the air. They kind of figured out a couple of months before time. So I think that's one of the reasons they have those NDAs and they tell these companies not to say anything because they're just not sure yet. Because they want to make sure their game can breathe and the Nintendo game can breathe as well. So.
And it's November 6th, I think, for Black Ops 3.
Right. And we lost. We don't have Zelda now, so I'm sure that changed a lot of things too. So.
Yeah. I think it would be a good time to bring it back. I think there's enough Wii U owners out there now that they could get, maybe 500,000 sold for Black Ops 3. There's still people playing Black Ops 2. No one plays Ghost, but Black Ops 2 still gets played. It's a great game.
I don't like Ghost. I like Black Ops 2, though.
Yeah, I think it's the best Call of Duty, and we'll see. I'm excited. I think they have... I don't think they're just going to show us Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem and the Fire Emblem 3D. I don't think they're going to they'll show us more, but I think they really have some stuff in store for us at E3. I'm not going to bet that Retro's game is going to be ready to be shown because it really hasn't been that long unless they do have 2 full-size teams.
There's no way. If Retro doesn't show something, I'm going to throw a fit. There's no way Retro can skip E3 this year. There's no way.
Right.
I think.
You're right. And can I say this about Activision?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? I'm serious. I
care because I love Black Ops 2. It's the best.
I mean, I can give 2 cents about a Call of Duty game being announced for any system, not just Nintendo, for any system. But I guess it's a big deal because there's others who do like that game. But I don't care if they announce it or not.
I didn't care about Advanced Warfare because I like Treyarch's game, and the Black Ops series is
I like Black Ops series
games. In the Call
they need to do something new, man. A whole new IP, something new. Forget Call of Duty. I'm tired of Call of Duty.
Hey, I've had a year off, man. I'm ready to play it again.
Call of Duty.
Don't be hating.
Send your hate mail to level head.
But see, it would be hating if I was saying it ain't causing it's period. I don't care what platform.
You don't like first-person shooters, so
no, I don't like first-person shooters, so I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I would really hope to have it because I'm really itching to get back in, play some team deathmatch, and I prefer playing on the Wii U.
I'm not a huge FPS fan either. I like the Black Ops series.
Yeah, so do I.
I hope they take full advantage of the controller this time instead of.
Honestly, I just want the Pro controller. I want the classic button layout, and I just want to play. But that's just me personally.
Here's something that's really freaking crazy. Imagine if freaking Nintendo actually approached Activision and got them to, and they funded a Call of Duty project that's completely different, but like a Nintendo-owned exclusive franchise. How sweet would that be?
I think Red Knight said something like that.
You never know. What if they had like a Call of Duty spin-off that was unique and took advantage of the Wii U? I mean, that could be cool
that
too.
would be so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do something that, like you just said, the keywords is take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Third party never does anything to take full advantage of the system, man.
And
you know, the
I
amount of
think that
crying
it's
that's going to
capable.
happen, the amount of crying from Call of Duty fans, if that was
if it's a good game, I mean,
right,
that would be good. If it's just some crappy like that Prince of Persia spin-off that got terrible reviews, I don't want nothing like that. But I'd be happy with just a very solid port of Black Ops 3 that got all the features. I mean, I'd be happy with that, but I'd also be happy with something new. And I was thinking about this earlier today. You got all these big budget games getting delayed and costing just hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they complain because the Wii U port, cost them $1 million or whatever to port. GTA 5, they spent $300-400 million on it, and they couldn't port it for 100 or for like $1 million or $2 million. They couldn't port it to the Wii U. I mean, that stuff pissed me off. So it would be cheaper.
And it would have sold well too.
I'm sure it would have, and they made so much money on it. Even if they broke even on the Wii U version, they would have a game out there for Nintendo fans, and then if the next game came out, you'd have
expanding your fan base.
Exactly, but
you got to take a loss sometimes to expand that. Fan
and they weren't taking a loss; they made billions of dollars on the game. So, but here's my point. Okay, so the Wii U isn't as powerful as the Xbox One and PS4. The game engines, maybe like closer to the 360, with a little porting, they can make a 360 game. Those games, if let's say you take an older game engine, and you make a game from scratch just for the Wii U, wouldn't that be a lot cheaper than, wouldn't it be like, I mean, Hyrule Warriors couldn't cost Nintendo that much.
No, that's a budget.
Why isn't there more third parties just saying, okay, we got these game engines from the previous generation, we can just optimize them for the Wii U, like with Bayonetta 2, like they did, like Platinum did. Looks significantly better than the original, and I just don't know why they wouldn't want to do that. And instead of just focusing all this money on these big risk games like Evolve that they need this DLC. I looked at Evolve sales, and the PS4 version's at like 500,000. I mean, that's not a big hit. I'm sure they lost a ton of money if that game don't sell multiple millions. And it's just
you know what the developer that was on Hip Hop Gamers channel said, is just a little bit different. That it's hard to make games.
I still find that whole entire mentality to be complete and utter BS, because a lot of these remasters that are coming out were from the same kind of technology, man, as what the Wii U freaking has right now. So if they're porting all these games over to the Times 86 architecture, man, whatever you want to call it, so if they had no problem doing that, then why the F can they not do the same thing too as well with the Wii U?
Yeah, there's all these games that you could have brought over that Nintendo fans have never played before. Mm-hmm. You can corner a market if you wanted to. Look at Shinin. Look what Shinin does. Like
Mr. T, it's just a tad bit different, man. That's hard, man.
Well, we also forgot to talk about Project Cars was confirmed to still be coming to Wii U. I mean, there's going to be, yeah, probably. But I'm just saying, I think this year there's actually going to be more quality games on the Wii U than last year. And last year had the big hitters. You got Mario Kart and Smash, two of the biggest Nintendo franchises. But I'm just saying, I think there'll be more quality games on Wii U this second half of the year than last year. So I think it could be really exciting. So let's get on we got some questions here, and then we'll wrap this up. So we're kind of, Anderson Archillo's asked about Star Fox, so we were kind of just talking about that anyway. So what do you think the reaction will be for Star Fox U? If it's not going to be Star Fox 64 HD and probably won't have online multiplayer, I don't know why. It's kind of, I don't know if he's has any real feelings on it. I mean, I think there's a good chance it will have online multiplayer, but anyway. So he expects lots of rioting and JonTron to spontaneous combust. But so I guess, what do you guys think? What do you think Star Fox U is going to be? What do you think the reaction will be to it when they finally show it?
I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be really excited for it because it's Star Fox, but you're also going to get the other half of the install base being like, "This looks like shit. Not buying it. Boycott."
I'm expecting it to blow people's minds.
Yeah, I'm expecting it.
Yeah, so am I, dude.
And for one reason only. Miyamoto.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hasn't touched Star Fox since '64. That was the last one he was like the director on.
Yeah,
For him to come back to Star Fox, to me, that's big enough already. Like, so.
And if they have the collaboration with Platinum.
And then, oh my gosh, like what I would like to see is Star Fox, basically Star Fox Assault with way better controls.
Yeah,
and that because I thought the foot mission stuff was a good idea. It was a good evolution of Star Fox. I think that's a good thing. It just wasn't put together well in that game. I just think Namco couldn't handle it.
I'm different. I want on rails.
Oh, I want on rails for sure.
I don't even want 3D in like open environments. I just want an on rails Star Fox game like the original. I haven't liked one since the original, but that's just.
I think they need more.
I
don't want to be out of the ship. I don't want to be on land. I don't want to be under the water. I want to be in space shooting with my. And
I'll say this: if they go with a simple approach as making like a new variation of the 64 foundation that they set with the 64 version, only a certain amount of people will be happy with that. Like, I mean, we would probably be happy and fine with that, but I don't think the masses or the majority would. They got to do something that says Star Fox has come to a new era.
Yeah.
Just don't do what Warhawk tried to do on the PS3.
No, don't.
Yeah. No, I mean, they won't do nothing that out there. I'm just saying they really have to do something that, like I said, signify that this is not just a remake or a reskin and maybe a change in the story for the 64 version. They really got to do something that really draws more than just that small pocket of Star Fox fans in. Because they won't make another one if it don't sell like they want.
Yeah, we won't see it in 15 years.
With Mario Kart 8, look what they didn't reinvent the game, and look how successful, and it's one of the.
But I would argue that's a different. Mario Kart is what Mario Kart is.
Mario Kart's always been successful.
Yeah, that's true. But the reason Star Fox hasn't is because they played with the formula too much, I think, and got away from what made it Star Fox.
They gave it away to other companies. That was part of it.
It's like looking at Smash Bros. Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Appeal to a different vein of gaming. Like, if you get to what can you really change about kart racing outside of the graphics and the character models? Everything else pretty much is what it is. So, but Star Fox.
What would they do to Star Fox though that wouldn't change it?
What I'm saying is Star Fox you got more elements there. You got a storyline. You got characters to really follow.
Right.
You got planets and stuff you traverse, and it's a different understanding of a game. It might have been on rails because of the limitations of the 64, but to just leave it on rails because of that, because that's what we used to me, it would be fine for me. I said that the last podcast I was on that I can take a Star Fox reskin, 64 reskin, but if they really want to impact and really get the attentions of the masses, they're going to have to do something that says, we here and we not playing with this series. And I think Miyamoto has what it takes to do that.
I want to be able to fly my ship, fly down to the ground seamlessly, get into a tank, continue to battle down there. I want some, Star Wars Battlefront type stuff almost for a start.
Yeah, something different. It got to be different, man. It really do. Have stand
power.
For the
single player or for multiplayer? I mean,
for single player. Multiplayer, to me, multiplayer is what it is. But single player has to have something that says we are here. We're not playing games, because it got to have some tactical difference to it.
You can't just give me a prettier version of Star Fox.
We'll agree to disagree because I don't even want a tank. I just want a ship. I want on-rail. That's what I'm. Sometimes Star Fox on the Super NES is one of my favorite Super NES games, and I didn't even like Star Fox 64 as much. So for me personally, I would if just to please me, I would want to keep it back to the original with just amazing visuals and some, obviously, the gamepad and all that, but I don't want an open world Star Fox game or a Battlefield or Star Fox.
Okay, answer this question real quick. What game, basically, that was around 20 years ago, that's exactly the same as it was 20 years ago?
Street Fighter.
Okay, you got Street Fighter. But even that is in 3D.
Yeah, I'm just saying you guys are asking them I mean, what do you want? You want it to be like Battlefield? Because that, to me,
No. I don't want to think
Battlefield.
Yeah, I just,
No, you missing what we saying. Okay,
But
you
what
have
can they
too,
do?
you have too much power there to restrict it to. It could be on rails. Don't get me wrong, but how much? What are you saying? 64 on rails, where it's just
Super NES on rails. I don't even want the 64.
You
I don't want to hit the edge of the map and have the screen switch to third person. It automatically sends me back to the Battlefield.
to me that's too limited. It would have to be, to me, what I'm trying to think of a game that that I could compare it to.
I mean, I'm not saying when you say on rails, you could always, there was alternate paths. You go far to the left, far to the right. I'm not just saying you can.
Yeah, but I'm saying I ain't saying making a sandbox where you can just fly anywhere you want. What I'm saying is the on rail still should not be limited to like a narrow, highway that you only can go this far to the right, this far to the left, and that's pretty much it. But it should be a little bit more wider.
I mean, I'm sure they will, but what I'm saying is the true joy for me was dodging things, and you only had a limited amount of range to like dodge these things like rocks, asteroids coming at you, and if it's just like a big open setting, to me it would lose. And maybe I could be completely wrong, but I think they'll stick more to the Star Fox 64. I don't think they'll go too much away from that.
It'd be like
remember the stage that you fought on where you had to kill. I can't remember. I ain't played 64 in so long, but it's some certain stages where they open it up from that, like it ain't exactly like the first, all range mode. To me, if you put it in that type of a setting, all range modes where you got this certain amount of space to where it doesn't limit you how you turn and all that. To me, that'll work better.
Some of the best levels on 64 were the all-range stuff, like the
to me that was some of the better stages.
Star Wolf,
the dog fights, like that.
All right, we'll disagree to agree to disagree.
You want to release a black and white movie in 2015?
Those are my least favorite parts.
Why not? It could be fun.
But I did like the whole Independence Day scene.
That was awesome. That was all-range mode.
But I hated when you got to the edge and it automatically kicked you back. Like I never got into it. So
that was a technical limitation, I think.
Right.
We have that today.
Anyway, 9 to 5 Gamer says sup foos.
Sup 9 to 5.
All right, let's find a question with a shorter answer. That's no more Star Fox questions.
Yeah. Too much passion.
It's just like the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
we still got to do that podcast.
Yeah, we will. Tony Karam, what are your thoughts on Koei Tecmo's announcement of Hyrule Warriors surpassing 1 million copies sold worldwide? Bear Hugger kind of already touched upon that, but I think it's great.
It's great.
I just think it signifies that it just sings the testimony of Zelda's name.
And that was their goal, was to sell millions, so they hit their goal.
Yep. I love my Koei Tecmo, baby.
And it deserved. I mean, it was a solid game.
It's a really good game.
No, Teresa, we're not going to bring that up again.
Nope. Like I said, honestly, man, I mean, I'm just so tired of freaking other Splatoon activity, man. I'm
excited for the game. I hope there's a demo, and I hope it gets a lot more people excited. But anyway,
all I'm gonna say about that real quick is just gonna say your Tea Time team there, Mr. T. You guys ain't shit.
Tea Party, get it right.
Juice,
whatever.
Team Juice. I won't repeat what I said to Alex because.
Oh, so you're gonna get all this now.
I told Alex there'd be some ink all over his face.
Yeah, that sounded so damn gross, but I see what you mean, dude.
All right, so Shadow Hero 43, Super Mario Kart and F-Zero NES, Super NES games gave him motion sickness.
What?
Do you guys have any games that mess with your eyes?
Nah, man. Nah, my eyes are perfect.
Yeah, I do.
There was a couple of games on 3DS before the new 3DS. It's because of the 3D effect, but let me take that back. Space Harrier used to make me kind of sick back in the day. Space Harrier and Afterburner, even.
Yeah, watching somebody else play a first-person shooter can get you nauseous sometimes.
The last game that made me sick.
Really?
If you're watching someone play and they're constantly turning. Not like
man, nah.
not like on YouTube or whatever, but just like sitting in.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Because I want to go right and they're going left, you know.
Well, the last game that made me sick and nauseous was actually Uncharted 3 when they got to the real hazy distorted.
Yeah,
that made me sick as a dog, man. Yeah, I couldn't even finish the game. Well, I had got to a certain place past that, but my something happened where it didn't save the data. Man, when I got back to play it, it was back at that market, and I was like, I'm done. That's it. So,
all right.
So I haven't played it since, man.
Oh, you didn't finish it? Oh.
No, I refuse to. I'm not. I was about to. Man, my eyes was hurting.
It was kind of
do it, man.
Climactic, that game, so you ain't missing it.
So
I never had a problem with games with motion sickness or that stuff. Like how when I had the 3DS, I had the 3DS jacked up all the time. It never hurt my eyesight at all. Period, man. Love that shit.
You're special.
Well, I know I'm retarded. Thanks, Terminator Juice.
9 to 5 gamers. We already kind of covered this, but Splatoon DLC wants to know if we think it'll be done right, like Mario Kart 8. I'm gonna answer this. Yes, I think it'll be done. I think it'll be done right.
It has to be. It's a new IP. They can't screw that up.
It's Nintendo, man. They're unbiased.
Tony Cran wants to know if Leveled thinks Sega of America should slap themselves for not having their own booth at next month's E3. I don't know why they would have their own booth. They don't have anything.
Well, yeah, what are they going to show?
Sega of America should slap themselves for not being a part of Nintendo of America.
Exactly.
Because they would. Those IPs, Sonic would be Sonic, and a lot of Sega's IPs would be saved if they would just.
Yeah.
If they would just come under Nintendo's umbrella. I don't get it.
People get on Microsoft about Rare and stuff, but Sega has some amazing IPs that they just
Where's
don't
my Streets of Rage freaking
they do not even care about anymore.
Right. I think Sega and Nintendo are like 3 years past merging when they should have merged and became Nintendo. They should have approached each other and done that. Now, Sega's I don't even know what IP do they have now that's even worth talking about. That ain't Nintendo on Smash Bros.
Bayonetta, they still own the IP, I believe.
Yeah, they own IP.
It's on it, right, but I'm just saying that's the only one that's on Nintendo.
That's platinum game. People know that as a platinum game. So
it's a platinum game, but then Sonic is only relevant because he on Smash.
Oh man, Sonic. Poor Sonic.
They killed Resident Evil. Resident Evil is irrelevant franchise.
That wasn't Sega. That's Capcom.
No, that's right. I'm tripping. That is Capcom.
But yeah,
what's the one with Sega? They had a horror game.
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. That's what I was thinking of.
On rails type, or whatever they call them, light gun.
Overkill is awesome on Wii U.
Overkill was good.
God, that game was amazing with the
most
disgusting ending in history I've ever seen in my life.
All right, so let's get onto these. We got some questions here. We wrap it up. We got a few more. Shadow Fox, not even close. Your longest juice is loose yet. It's only been an hour and a half. So he was saying this is the longest one. I think I did 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So this one, not even close. TriLink, we already kind of talked about this, but he wants to know who we think be co-developing Star Fox. He thinks that Platinum is busy with Scalebound to be doing Star Fox.
No, they got a big enough team.
No, because remember, too, as well, Kamiya never helped on Bayonetta 2. He was just there as a supervisor. So they can easily have another team that can go to Nintendo or vice versa wise and just be like, Star
Platinum
Fox.
has at least 2 teams, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, they do.
And then they have a C team as well.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Is there any... Whoops, where'd it go? God dang it.
Is there any game franchise?
I go to click on it, and then like another question pops up. And
you have to cut it off.
I'm loving you tonight there, Terminator. You shit.
Well, it's just, I don't know, when people add questions, it moves the whole question thing. Anderson Archilla says he has some information on Star Fox. Says it's an all-range and on-rails shooter, full 180-degree frontal aiming via the gamepad, episodic structure like Kid Icarus, Uprising. Arwing can turn into Landmaster. I don't know where he got it.
They announced that during last E3.
Okay.
Yeah.
IGN did like a video about it. So
I mean, that sounds fine to me. Like, just give me at some point in the game, give me just the tried and true original Star Fox. That would have at least one level, because that Bayonetta level, I played that like probably 30 times, maybe more.
I mean, you're gonna get at least. I think you're gonna get. You're gonna get some straight up, original Star Fox stuff. But I think they have to expand it.
Yeah.
That's
I can,
all we saying. Just
Yeah,
open it up a little bit.
Yeah, I thought you wanted the whole.
Oh no. We're not saying
Okay.
completely change Star Fox. You're still gonna get that traditional stuff. I think you just need to add on to it to make it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm really expecting to be blown away by the visuals and the gameplay of that game when they finally show it. So, 9 to 5 Gamer says Sonic Lost Worlds was the shit. I would say Sonic Lost Worlds was shit.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what hurt them? You know what hurt? This is sad. The demo. The demo hurt them. That's why I didn't buy it, because of the demo.
That needed 6 more months of control refinement.
The control was just too slippery.
It was loose. It was.
Yeah.
And then when you're at, like, talk about on rails, like, you run forward, you hit you couldn't just hit up to the left and go in that direction. You could just move over left and still be moving forward at the same, like changing lanes on the highway. You couldn't really just. It was just.
And
bad
the thing is,
making.
I don't know how to explain this, but like. I guess hit detection, like when you never felt like you were hitting stuff or stuff was hitting you. It was just weird. It was just a little bit off.
And then when you die, it didn't even notify you. It was
just like, wall, you're going.
Look, I'm dead. Oh, it's reloading. I guess I died.
Yeah, no kind of sound indication like you would get from most games, like some kind of dun 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 dun, something. It doesn't do any of that. It was just weird.
If I could do the Mario when you died jingle, I would do it right now, but I can't. For some reason it trips.
Oh no, it's the other one.
I always do the original, like the main.
That's it.
Something like that. So TriLink says, "Hey, from the UK. Thanks for joining us from across the pond. Feel sorry for you being a Wii U owner over there in the land of, Nintendo haters. Like, they just really don't like Nintendo over there in the UK right now.
Yeah.
It's all Sony. But anyway, Tony Coran, when will Nintendo develop Floyd Mayweather's Punch Out?
Well, you got to punch somebody out first.
Yeah, you got to be able to knock somebody out. Yeah. I knew that.
Don't want me to share my opinions on.
I knew that was going to go.
I'm trying to hold my peace.
You know what? I told people at work. I said they should up the ante, or not up the ante, but they only get half of their earnings if it goes 12 rounds. If it's a knockout, then they get the full. Yeah, there needs to be incentive to actually hit each other and try to knock somebody down instead of just going 12 rounds.
I can't agree with that, because I believe people just mad because Mayweather has changed the game and they not used to.
Yeah, I like
Mayweather. I like
what he do in the ring. I like what he doing.
Right, I like what he does in the ring. I don't care for what
Yeah,
right. In the ring. But
he grew up.
That's why I said I don't want to mess with, because I was gonna make a video. I was getting so tired of people hating because they really thought Manny was gonna win that fight.
Anyway,
I never.
He grew up 40 minutes from where I live, so I mean, I support him. I think I don't like when. I don't know. I'm just one of those not diehard boxing fans. Same with UFC. I hate just watching them swing at the air and just not really try to hit. I can't watch that. It's too frustrating for me. So.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the technique of boxing. I like watching really good boxers box.
Yeah, I'm not that into it, so I guess that's probably why I like the action. So, all right. One last question from TriLink: is there any game or franchise you guys regret not playing earlier than intended?
Mass Effect.
He regrets not playing Xenoblade Chronicles. So the one game I'll take. You said Mass Effect, Bear. I'll say Dead Space. I played that game about 5 years after it came out, and it's it's probably top 3 from last generation for me games. But I enjoyed it just as much playing it late, so it's not like I got any less enjoyment out of it. But it is one of those awesome experiences that I waited on. So anybody else got one?
Like a franchise, like that's kind
Just
of
a game that you didn't play till many years
there's a
after it
game
came out.
I'm playing right now that I love. You probably see me live streaming it at some point. Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. I don't know if you guys played that game, but
that game was awesome.
What was it for?
I think it's awesome. It's on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Okay.
And really good game. I mean, it's very awesome gameplay, which is something that doesn't take precedence much anymore. But
No.
I just think the whole because the enslaved there's like a slave mechanic basically where you have to help this other character and you kind of work together to solve puzzles and get through obstacles. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's not about slavery. I mean, this is
No.
When you said enslaved, I just envisioned.
Well, it's about it's about a character that was a slave and he gets free.
Okay.
And he's helping this other girl get through this story or whatever. But no, it's not like it's not like Django or anything like that.
So leveled any game you waited to play that you really ended up really loving?
Any game that I waited to play that I ended up really loving. I would say that Ocarina of Time would be the one that I really back in the day. I remember going out to Target and playing the demo that the kiosk they had, taking my cousins out there to see it, and when it finally came out, I would say that was one of my biggest ones.
Yeah, I got that on launch. And,
yeah, I got the T-shirt. It was like a black T-shirt with like gold Link on the front slashing. I remember how that T-shirt smells. Like that's how much I was into and waiting on that game.
That game got delayed a full year too.
It did,
so
yeah, it did.
That was a rough wait for me. But it was worth it. I think this new Zelda is going to be. I think it's going to be the same situation, worth the wait.
Yeah.
And 9to5 Gamer says he regrets playing Mass Effect. Doesn't say why. So that's that.
I don't. Not at all.
I never played
that series was freaking amazing. I don't care freaking how people
You regrets playing Mass Effect?
treat
Really?
the ending. Yeah, man. Mass Effect freaking the
Effect's
trilogy
pretty
itself was freaking amazing, man.
I love sci-fi. I'm sure I'd love the story. I just don't know. At this point, I don't know if I'll ever play it, but
You gotta play it. You gotta at least try it.
maybe someday. Well, they released a remastered edition.
Oh, it's coming.
My thing with Mass Effect, man, I got lost too much, man.
I mean, it is a big epic RPG, and on top of being FPS and all that other good stuff, and the massive story. So,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Xenoblade. It's like, am I going to be able to stay the course and get through the story, or would I get lost in some side quest that I didn't even know was a side quest?
I'll say I'm worried about some people who are excited. They might not. It might not be what they want it to be.
Like me. I've seen it. I've watched.
Yeah, you've already seen it.
5-6 hours of between Francis and Game Explain. I know what I'm getting into now, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I wouldn't, like we said before, if Nintendo advertised this game completely misleading people to get them to buy it, I wouldn't be mad at them because it works. But like Final Fantasy VII, but there will be people that do like it and probably didn't think they were going to. But and I guess we can end on that because X.
Let me ask one question before we go though. On the same topic, have any of you guys played Shadow of Mordor?
No, I haven't got around to playing Shadows of Dog shit yet. No.
I haven't played it. No.
No, the reason I'm asking, I own it, and I was wondering if that is RPG-ish in nature. No,
nope.
So.
No, it's not. No.
All right.
It's kind of, but no, not really. It's more about the combat in that game, so.
Well, it's weird if you. Okay.
It sounds. I mean, it looks like Assassin's Creed.
I own it. It ain't like Assassin's Creed. It is, but it isn't. But it got a lot. That's why I said I got lost for a while playing that game. I'm like, man, what am I supposed to be doing here? And it took me a while before I got grip of what I was doing. It kind of got like a RPG element to it.
Yeah, if you're having issues with Shadow of Mordor, I think you might be in for something with.
No, I'm not. But have you played it?
I've seen it played. I haven't played it myself. I'm gonna pick it up at some point.
Okay.
I mean, as much as you might say it's different, it definitely has the same structure as an open
Oh,
world game.
It plays like
Batman.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of different things. Like you really got to go through and it's a lot different than Batman and
Well, I'm just saying.
what
I
is
mean,
it?
there was some leveling up aspect to it, obviously.
Not even that, down to even searching out your enemy and plotting how you're going to get through them and kill them and getting people on your side and it's different, bro. You have to play it to get what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
But if for a while, it took me a while to grasp what they were wanting me to do, and I'm wondering, and I had Mass Effect, and it was the same feeling. It took me a while to grasp what they was really wanting me to do, but I had never really played an RPG before, so
yeah.
that's my trepidation with Xenoblade.
But it wasn't like Assassin's Creed 3 or anything.
No, I breezed through Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, did you? Because I remember you were like, I got bored the first couple hours. I barely went back.
I finished it. I didn't even know I was done. I did the whole thing with President Washington and all that stuff. Before I knew it, the credits was running.
Wow.
But yeah, I got bored with it quick.
I think.
But that's because it was.
I think The Witcher 3 would probably fit into that category more, where people.
Oh yeah,
they're excited for it, but they don't realize it's an RPG.
There's a lot of people out there that are looking forward to that game. Don't know what they're
yeah, baby.
And that's
I know what I'm getting into. I
think a lot of people are. I mean, I played the second one, and it's like there's so many options and things to do. There's a lot to take in. I think a lot of gamers see the visuals. They see the trees blowing in the wind, and
right.
And they're thinking that they're just gonna pick this game up and
start slashing through it and cool story and be done.
Yeah, so it looks cool visually, and I like the setting and all that. But I think, from what I've seen enough of Xenoblade to know what I'm getting into now. I didn't know what it was a year ago. I had really no clue what the combat or anything was going to be like. But now I have a really good feeling about the game, and I'm enjoying watching people do the combat. I would assume I would enjoy doing it myself just as much, or if not more. If I'm really enjoying watching like Francis play, like you can just hear how much fun he's having while playing that game. So anyway, that's kind of off topic, but anyway, let's wrap this up. It's been long enough, and we got some decent viewers still, but let's call it a night. We got more questions coming in, but I'm gonna call it
a podcast in like 20 minutes. I gotta do.
Okay,
anyway,
so thanks to the viewers, thanks to all the questions, and my guests always. You got a chance. Final words. Now is your time. Start with Ms. T.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on again. I'm very excited for E3s on the Nintendo side, especially this year. So, I'm looking forward to what I think they're going to be bringing. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises, so hopefully I'm right about that. But it was a great discussion as always, and like I always say, play Nintendo, folks.
And I took the whole week off. That's how excited I am for E3. I was going to go there, but now that Zelda's not going to be playable, I decided to change my plans and not go this year. Plus I bought a new car, so that kind of put a damper in spending that money on E3. So Leveled Head, any final thoughts, anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
Yes, it's your fat freaking slob. I don't know if messing with I can't do it like that. I'll be cracking up. I like when you do it if you have me cracking up. But no, man, I had a good time tonight. Look forward to other opportunities to be on Terminator Juice's podcast. The Juice is Loose.
And we'll have we'll have a movie discussion.
We got to do the movie one, man.
I'm trying to
we got to get to the movie.
I was thinking Real Juice, like REEL Juice.
Oh, you're a clever mother effer,
man. But yeah, you, T, and Rob from Rule of Two Reviewer, my guests that I want to try to line up for the first episode. So we got a lot to talk about, a lot of movie trailers and stuff. So definitely I'll keep you up to date on that. And
okay,
we'll make it happen. And then it'd be nice if we lived a little closer. We could have a little surround sound demo. Because I always love hearing other people's setups and stuff, because it's just been one of my passions for like 18 years now. So it's not going to happen, because I think, where do you live? Like I forget where you're out southwest of Michigan, aren't you? I mean, from where I am, you're in the Central Time Zone, right?
Who's that?
You,
Yeah, I'm in Missouri.
Missouri. Okay, yeah, that's a little far. That's like anyway. Bear hugger. Any final thoughts?
As far as final thoughts goes, no. But if I can, real quick, if you allow me, I'd like to do a little shameless promo, real quick, if you allow me. 15 minutes. I'm doing a podcast on my channel. Well, another special edition of my Bear Chill Live is going to be interviewing Baby Girl, aka hold on, what the hell's her name again? Gameplay HQ. She's a wonderful, talented woman. She's part of the dream team that I'm part of, so I want to go ahead and take opportunity to interview her and get some of my people in there to understand that gamer girls actually do exist. So yeah, so that's gonna be happening on my channel there in about 15 minutes.
All right. Sweet. So again, great discussion, guys. Even though we maybe disagree on some Star Fox stuff, but you know, I never have a problem having opposite opinions. Like, I don't get mad if somebody has a different opinion as me. You know, you guys kind of talked me into wanting more out of Star Fox now, so that's why it's good to talk to people with different opinions. So always remember that, you know, anyone out there that gets mad at somebody for not sharing their opinion, I mean, that's just kind of silly and childish in my opinion. But anyway, that's going to be it for the Juice is Loose as I drop my pen. Number 45, and it's been great discussion. Thanks everybody who watched and submitted questions. Sorry I didn't get to them all, but we got to wrap this up. So that's going to be it for this. We'll see you on the next video.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.